My beloved child, before you scroll away, be still for just a moment. There is a reason your heart slowed down long enough to hear these words today. Out of countless voices competing for your attention, you are here now. That is not something to dismiss lightly. I know the questions you have been carrying in silence. I know the burdens you have hidden behind your smile. I know the nights when you asked if anyone truly understood what you were feeling. And I want you to know this first, before anything else. I have never stopped watching over you. Even when you believed you were walking through life alone, my presence remained closer than your next breath. I was there in every disappointment that left you confused. I was there in every unanswered prayer that made you wonder if heaven had become silent. I was there in every moment you questioned your worth, because the world failed to recognize the treasure I placed inside you. Nothing about your journey has escaped my attention. Not a single tear, not a single fearful thought, not a single quiet prayer whispered when no one else could hear. I have collected every one of them. My child, people often believe I only work through dramatic miracles, but many of my greatest works begin quietly. They begin in seasons of waiting. They begin in moments when everything appears still. They begin when hope feels weakest. While you thought nothing was changing, I was arranging what you could not yet see. While doors seemed closed, I was protecting you from paths that would have wounded your spirit. While you questioned the delay, I was preparing blessings that required perfect timing. You have measured your life by what has happened around you. I measure your life by who you are becoming within you. That is why this season has felt different. It has stretched your patience. It has strengthened your faith. It has uncovered parts of your heart that were hidden beneath fear and disappointment. And although the process has not been easy, none of it has been wasted. Listen carefully. The enemy wanted your waiting to convince you that you were forgotten. But I allowed your waiting to teach you trust. The enemy wanted your loneliness to become your identity. But I intended it to become the place where my voice could reach your heart without distraction. Do not confuse silence with absence. Just because you cannot see me working does not mean I have stopped moving. A seed beneath the soil appears lifeless before it breaks through the ground. A sunrise begins long before the first light reaches the horizon. And my promises are often fulfilled long before your eyes recognize them. That is why I ask you today, do not give up one step before the breakthrough I have been preparing. There are answers already moving toward you. There are opportunities you cannot yet imagine. There are people I am positioning. There are doors I am unlocking. There are battles I have already begun fighting on your behalf. You only see today's struggle. I already see tomorrow's victory. My beloved, I know you have become tired. Carrying responsibilities that few people notice has exhausted your heart. Being strong for everyone else has sometimes left you feeling empty. You have smiled when you wanted to cry. You have encouraged others while secretly needing encouragement yourself. You have continued walking even when every part of you wanted to stop. I saw every one of those moments. And heaven did not overlook your faithfulness. Every act of kindness you offered, every sacrifice you made, every prayer you prayed, every time you chose forgiveness instead of bitterness, every moment you trusted me without immediate answers, none of it disappeared into silence. Everything has been recorded in my perfect timing. This is why I need you to remain steady now, because what I am building in your life cannot be destroyed by temporary disappointment. The chapter you are living today is not your conclusion. It is preparation. It is shaping your character before I place greater responsibility into your hands. Do not compare your journey with anyone else's. I write every story differently. Some flowers bloom in early spring. Others bloom after the hardest winter. Yet every flower opens exactly when it was created to bloom. So will you. Your timing has never been behind. Your timing has always been in my hands. Take a deep breath, my child. Release the fear that tells you nothing will ever change. Release the anxiety that whispers you have missed your opportunity. Release the regret that keeps pulling your eyes toward yesterday. Lift your eyes forward. I am already standing in the future you have been praying about. Trust me enough to keep walking, even when you cannot see the entire path. Take the next faithful step, because every step taken with me leads you closer to the purpose I designed before the day you were born. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not invisible. You are deeply loved. You are carefully guided, and your story is far from over. Stay with me, my beloved child. There are moments in life when you feel as though nothing is changing. The days begin to look the same. The prayers seem to echo back in silence. You continue doing your best, yet the breakthrough you hoped for feels just beyond your reach. In those moments, it becomes easy to believe that I have forgotten you. But listen to me carefully. I have never forgotten your name, and I never will. I know the hidden battles you never speak about. I know the disappointments that have quietly settled into your heart. I know how many times you have whispered, "Lord, how much longer?" Even when no one else heard that question, I did. I was beside you in that very moment, holding you together when you felt like falling apart. Do not mistake my silence for my absence. I often work in ways your eyes cannot immediately recognize. Before a tree produces fruit, its roots grow deep beneath the surface, where no one applauds the process. Before dawn paints the sky with light, the night reaches its darkest hour. In the same way, the season you are walking through is preparing something far greater than you realize. I have been strengthening your character while you waited. I have been building your faith while you questioned. I have been protecting your future through delays you did not understand. If I had answered every prayer the moment you asked, you would have received less than what I intended to give. My timing has never been designed to frustrate you. It has always been designed to protect you. There are blessings that require maturity before they can be trusted into your hands. There are relationships that needed to leave your life so healthier ones could enter. There are opportunities that needed to close because they would have distracted you from my greater purpose. What you called rejection was often my protection. What you called delay was often my preparation. What you called failure became the foundation of wisdom you will one day thank me for. My child, stop measuring my faithfulness by your current circumstances. Your circumstances change. My promises do not. Your emotions rise and fall. My love remains constant. People may disappoint you. I never will. When the world became uncertain, I remained your steady foundation. When others walked away, I stayed. When your own strength began to fail, mine never did. Remember how many times you believed you would not survive a difficult season? Yet here you are. Not because you carried yourself, because I carried you. There were dangers you never saw because I quietly redirected your steps. There were conversations I kept you from having. There were decisions I prevented you from making. There were disappointments that spared you from even greater heartbreak. One day you will look back and understand that what felt like unanswered prayers were actually answered with greater wisdom than you could see at the time. Do not rush ahead trying to force doors open. Anything you must force is rarely what I have prepared. The doors I open cannot be permanently closed by people. The plans I establish cannot be destroyed by fear. The purpose I placed inside you cannot be canceled by temporary setbacks. So breathe. Release the pressure to have every answer today. Release the fear that you are running out of time. You are not behind. You are exactly where today's lesson needs you to be. Every experience has been shaping your heart for tomorrow's assignment. Even your pain has become part of your preparation. The tears you cried in secret watered seeds of compassion that will allow you to help others one day. The disappointments you survived built resilience that success alone could never teach. The loneliness you experienced taught you to value my presence above the approval of people. Nothing has been wasted. I redeem every season surrendered to me. Perhaps you wonder why I allow waiting. Because waiting reveals what hurried living often hides. It teaches dependence instead of pride, patience instead of panic, faith instead of fear. While you thought you were simply waiting, your spirit was becoming stronger. You have grown more than you realize. The person who began this journey is not the same person listening now. Your heart has softened. Your perspective has matured. Your trust has deepened. Even when progress felt invisible, transformation continued within you. That is how my work often begins, from the inside out. So do not become discouraged if everything around you has not changed yet. The greatest miracle may already be happening inside your heart. Keep walking with confidence. Keep choosing kindness. Keep forgiving. Keep believing, even when circumstances seem slow to change. Every faithful step matters. Every quiet prayer matters. Every act of obedience matters. Heaven notices what the world overlooks. And I promise you this, the story I am writing through your life is still unfolding. Do not close the book while I am still writing the next chapter. Stay close to me. Trust my direction more than your fears. Because what lies ahead is greater than anything you have left behind. I am leading you into a future filled with purpose, peace, and hope. My beloved child, there is something I need you to understand before you take another step forward. You have spent so much time asking me to change your circumstances that you have almost forgotten how much I have already changed you. Look back for a moment. You are not the same person who once lived in constant fear. You are not the same person who believed every disappointment would destroy your future. You are not the same person who depended completely on the approval of others to feel valuable. Little by little, day after day, I have been transforming your heart. The changes may have been quiet, but they have been real. Every challenge you endured taught you endurance. Every unanswered question taught you trust. Every difficult season taught you that my presence is greater than your problems. You often pray for miracles, and I hear those prayers with love. But sometimes, the greatest miracle is not changing your surroundings. It is changing you. A peaceful heart in the middle of uncertainty is a miracle. Choosing forgiveness when anger feels easier is a miracle. Holding on to hope after disappointment is a miracle. Continuing to trust me when nothing makes sense is a miracle. That miracle has already begun inside you. Do not underestimate what I have planted within your spirit. Seeds do not become forests overnight. Growth takes time. Roots must grow before branches can reach toward the sky. In the same way, your spiritual foundation has been growing stronger than you realize. Many people only celebrate visible success. I celebrate faithful obedience. When no one applauded your kindness, I noticed. When you resisted temptation, even though no one else knew, I noticed. When you chose honesty instead of compromise, I noticed. When you prayed through your tears instead of giving up, I noticed. Nothing escapes my attention. Not one sacrifice. Not one act of faith. Not one moment you chose righteousness over convenience. Heaven keeps record of what the world forgets. If they had arrived too early, they would have become burdens instead of blessings. You asked me to increase your influence, so I first increased your humility. You asked me for greater opportunities, so I first strengthened your character. You asked me to trust you with more, so I taught you to remain faithful with little. This is how my kingdom works. Character always comes before promotion. Integrity always comes before influence. Faithfulness always comes before abundance. Do not envy those who appear to move ahead quickly. You cannot see the full story of another person's journey. Focus instead on the path I have prepared for you. Comparison steals joy. Comparison creates unnecessary fear. Comparison blinds you to the unique purpose I placed inside your life. I never intended for you to become someone else. I created you with gifts no one else possesses. Your story has its own timing. Your purpose has its own assignment. Your calling has its own season. Walk confidently in it. Do not apologize for the pace I have chosen for your life. Even now, I am arranging conversations that will encourage you. I am opening doors you cannot yet see. I am protecting you from decisions that would have distracted you. I am aligning people whose presence will strengthen your future instead of weakening it. Trust what I am doing behind the scenes. Just because you cannot see my hands does not mean I am not working. Many of the greatest blessings begin long before they become visible. I prepare hearts before meetings. I prepare opportunities before invitations. I prepare answers before questions are even asked. Nothing catches me by surprise. Your future is already known to me. That should bring peace to your anxious heart. You do not have to carry tomorrow before it arrives. You only need today's faith. One faithful decision today can change the direction of years ahead. One act of obedience can open doors no amount of human effort could unlock. Remain close to me. Protect your peace. Guard your heart from bitterness. Do not allow disappointment to convince you that hope is dangerous. Hope anchored in me will never shame you. There may still be difficult days ahead. I never promised a life without storms, but I did promise that you would never face those storms alone. When the wind becomes strong, I will steady you. When fear whispers lies, my truth will speak louder. When your strength feels exhausted, mine will become sufficient. I have carried you this far. I will not abandon you now. The next season of your life will require courage, wisdom, and patience. Do not be afraid. Everything you need, I will provide at the right time. Everything I ask you to do, I will also give you the strength to accomplish. Keep your eyes on me instead of your fears. Keep your heart fixed on my promises instead of temporary circumstances. Because what I have prepared for you is worth every season you have endured. The journey is not ending. It is only beginning to reveal the beauty of everything I have been preparing since the very beginning. Stay with me, my beloved child. My beloved child. I know there are days when your faith feels strong, and there are days when it feels fragile. I know there are mornings when hope rises easily, and nights when uncertainty seems to whisper louder than resims. My promises. Do not be ashamed of those moments. I have never expected you to carry every burden by yourself. That is why I continually invite you to place your trust in me. Faith is not the absence of questions. Faith is choosing to keep walking even when the answers have not yet arrived. Many people believe faith only exists when life is easy. But true faith is revealed when the road becomes difficult, when circumstances remain uncertain, and when your heart still chooses to believe that I am good. That is the kind of faith I have been growing within you. Every challenge has strengthened muscles in your spirit that comfort alone could never build. Every delay has deepened your dependence on me instead of temporary things. Every disappointment has taught you to seek lasting peace rather than fleeting satisfaction. Nothing you have endured has been meaningless. Even the chapters you wish you could erase have become part of the testimony I am writing through your life. One day, someone will find hope because you refused to give up. Someone will believe again because you continued trusting me when everything seemed impossible. Someone will discover my love because they saw my faithfulness reflected through your journey. Never underestimate the impact of a life surrendered to me. You may feel ordinary, but ordinary lives placed in my hands become extraordinary testimonies. I do not search for perfection. I search for willing hearts. A heart that says, Lord, I do not understand everything, but I trust you. That simple prayer moves heaven more than you realize. My child, guard your heart carefully. Not every voice deserves your attention. The world will constantly tell you to worry. Fear will tell you that you are running out of time. Comparison will tell you that others are moving ahead while you are falling behind. Doubt will whisper that my promises are too good to be true. Do not allow those voices to become louder than mine. Fill your heart with truth instead of fear. Feed your spirit with hope instead of discouragement. Choose gratitude instead of bitterness. Every choice you make shapes the direction of your heart. Remember who walks beside you. The Creator of heaven and earth is not distant from your struggle. I know every detail of your life. I know the dreams you have shared with no one. I know the fears you try to hide. I know the future that is waiting beyond this present season. Nothing about your tomorrow surprises me. I have already gone before you. I am preparing opportunities you cannot yet imagine. I am arranging conversations that will encourage your soul. I am opening doors that no human effort could unlock. And I am closing doors that would have stolen your peace. Trust me, even when my answers are different from your expectations. Sometimes my greatest blessings arrive wearing the disguise of unexpected change. Sometimes the path that seems longer becomes the one that protects your future. Sometimes what feels like loss becomes the beginning of something far greater. You will understand in time. For now, simply keep walking with me. Do not allow temporary pain to convince you that permanent hope has disappeared. Storms always pass. Night always gives way to morning. Winter always surrenders to spring. In the same way, this difficult season will not last forever. The joy I have prepared for you is drawing nearer with every faithful step you take. I know your heart longs for clarity. You want to know exactly how everything will unfold. You want certainty before taking another step. But if I showed you every detail of your future today, you would focus more on the destination than on the relationship I am building with you along the journey. That is why I ask you to trust my hand instead of demanding to see the entire road. I have never led my children by fear. I lead them by peace. When you feel my peace settling over your heart, do not ignore it. That quiet confidence is often Conley, my gentle guidance. Learn to value my peace more than the opinions of people. People change. Circumstances change. My truth never changes. Stand firmly on that truth. You are loved beyond measure. You are chosen with purpose. You are forgiven through my grace. You are strengthened by my spirit. You are never fighting your battles alone. Whenever your strength begins to fail, remember this promise. I will never leave you. I will never abandon you. I will never stop working for your good. Even when you cannot see my hand, you can trust my heart. So lift your head, my beloved child. The story is not ending in defeat. The chapter ahead carries healing after heartbreak, peace after confusion, rest after weariness, hope after disappointment. And when you finally look back, you will realize that my faithfulness was surrounding you every step of the way. Stay close to me. Keep believing. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Verouder. Final part. Powerful ending and call to faith. My beloved child, as these words settle into your heart, I want you to remember one truth above everything else. You have never walked this journey alone. Every step you have taken, I have seen. Every burden you have carried, I have understood. Every silent tear, every whispered prayer, every moment you questioned whether I was still near, I was there. I never turned away. Even when your faith felt small, my faithfulness remained great. Even when your strength failed, my hands continued to hold you. Even when you could not recognize my voice, I was still guiding your path with perfect wisdom. Do not allow today's uncertainty to make you forget everything I have already brought you through. Think about the battles you believed would destroy you. Think about the nights you thought would never end. Think about the moments when fear convinced you there was no way forward. Yet here you are, still breathing, still standing, still moving forward, not because you were stronger than everyone else, but because my grace carried you farther than your own strength ever could. My child, the season ahead will not be defined by fear. It will be defined by faith, not because every problem will disappear overnight, but because you will finally understand that my presence is greater than every problem you face. Stop allowing yesterday's disappointments to write tomorrow's story. The past may explain where you have been, but it does not decide where I am leading you. I am opening a new chapter, a chapter where peace replaces panic, where hope becomes stronger than fear, where wisdom overcomes confusion, where purpose becomes clearer with every step you take beside me. There will still be mountains to climb. There will still be moments that test your patience, but you will never face them alone. I will go before you. I will walk beside you. I will strengthen you when you are weary. I will comfort you when your heart feels broken. I will give you courage when fear tries to silence your faith. Remember this whenever doubt begins to whisper. I have never broken a single promise. My timing has always been perfect. My plans have always been good. My love has always been constant. What I have prepared for you cannot be stolen by fear. It cannot be delayed by the opinions of people. It cannot be destroyed by the mistakes of your past. Because what I begin, I finish. So lift your eyes. Walk forward with confidence. Choose faith over fear. Choose hope over discouragement. Choose peace over anxiety. Every new morning is another reminder that my mercy has not run out. Every breath you take is proof that my purpose for your life is still alive. Your story is not ending in defeat. It is moving toward restoration. It is moving toward healing. It is moving toward hope. One day you will look back on this very season and realize that what seemed like the hardest chapter became the strongest testimony of my faithfulness. Until that day comes, keep praying, keep trusting, keep believing, keep loving, keep forgiving, and never forget whose hands are holding your future. I am your refuge when life becomes uncertain. I am your strength when your heart grows weary. I am your peace in every storm. I am your light in every dark valley. And I will never leave you, never forsake you, never stop loving you. Walk forward without fear, my beloved child. The best chapters of your story are still being written, and I will be with you through every page until the very end. May my peace guard your heart. May my wisdom guide your decisions. May my joy renew your strength. May my love remind you every single day that you are deeply known, completely loved, and never alone. Go forward with confidence. I am with you, always.